It's May 10th, 2018. I was up crazy early this morning to get the boat ready to go to a new lake pike fishing, maybe do some crappie fishing, and I got up and the weatherman said it wasn't supposed to rain till 5 p.m. tonight, so I was pumped. I thought we have all kinds of time, no problems. I get up and it is torrentially downpouring at 5 a.m. So I'm like, oh, I'll go back to bed, no big deal, drive the kids to school. So I get all that done. And then I'll realize that tomorrow I can't fish because we're going to my mom's house in Toronto, because that's where Ashton likes to go on these weekends. And I haven't been fishing in 3 days, so that's kind of unacceptable here at Fear Fishing. So I thought I'll get my Aculite, I'll go and check out the rivers, see if we got any steelhead still kicking around. So I'm off to check out the rivers. Hopefully we can find some fish. That would be like super awesome. Pretty late in the season, but since they came up so late, there should be some still fish around. Let's go check it out. First we gotta get gas. The never-ending battle here in Ontario. Gas. I hope it's under $1.30 a liter. Well, managed to get my overpriced Canadian gas. Now, because I'm a weak man, we're gonna go to the Tim Hortons and get coffee. It is 9:52 in the morning. The thing about steelhead when they're in the rivers, like, it's really important to go first light, last light when they're coming in the spring or fall fishing, like piers and stuff. But when they're in the river, they'll pretty much bite all day. They'll bite better at peak hours, but for the most part, if you can find a steelhead in a creek, he is more than willing to bite. That's how they get so big so fast. Giants. I was gonna sit on the couch all day and I thought to myself, I can't do it. I gotta catch a fish. So hopefully this comes through. We had a good opener. I'm gonna hit some more of those back creeks. I really like fishing those rather than the really congested, populated GANARASKA river that I live on. Probably still a ton of people on there. So we're gonna get coffee. We're gonna go start checking creeks till we find one of them steelhead I'm talking about. Post-spawn steelhead is what we're dealing with now. When we last filmed opener, the fish were still moving up the river to find spawning reeds to do their business on. Now that's all done. The rivers have warmed up a lot more. The good thing about this is that they're kind of like bass. Post-spawn bass, they go into like a bit of a pout, but as soon as they're done pouting, they feed hard to regain their energy. The thing about steelhead, when they came into the river, they were in the best shape of their lives, gouged themselves out on Lake Ontario. And for weeks now, they've only focused on spawning, so they start to get a little run down, you know what I'm saying? But now they're gonna bite. The good thing about post-spawn steelhead is they're schooling fish, so they group up. So if you find one, you know, you found probably a ton of them, and they're not in those shallow runs anymore like this. They're in those deep pools, and they're a lot more fun to catch that way. I'm gonna go in here, see if I can't spot a couple, and if not, we'll just keep moving creek to creek till we find some. Spot one, saw no fish. It's pretty clear and low in there, so we're back to where we started opening morning. No people around. I just saw a fish on the other side of this grassy knoll. So I think if we're gonna catch them, I'm gonna have to do some walking on the old heel toe express. Get the rods ready. Fingers crossed we get some steelhead.
Here. What about the hookup? You can go back. Oh, I had you barely hooked, honey. Barely hooked. Beautiful. Had to go to the GANARASKA like I didn't want to, but there's a good one. Whew. Just give her a minute here. Bye-bye. That right there, the future of our fishery.
I ended up exactly where I didn't want to fish. The GANARASKA pile of fish in there. So I checked out 2 other creeks before I came here. All the fish I saw in the other creeks were all like heading downstream, rolling. You could tell they were hard after the spawn and they were heading back to the lake. Everything I seen in the GANARASKA is still going upstream. My guess, the GANARASKA is a lot colder. It's quite a bit bigger than all the other 2 creeks I checked this morning. One big one, one little guy. So I got the present and the future of the GANARASKA fish today. For it raining this morning and totally thinking I was going pike fishing, not steelheading, I'm pretty happy with catching 2 fish. I think that if I would have come early, I said before it didn't really matter. You can catch them all day this time of year. That is true, unless they're ultra spooked like these fish. That guy worked in on me while I was standing there, casted like a 14-foot drift in a pool. I had maybe like a 4-foot lead, 4.5 foot, and I thought I was fishing too deep, and then he came and probably had 2 or 3 times the lead. I just walked out of there and there's already 2 new guys in there fishing. So these fish see a lot of pressure. They would probably hit better in the morning and in the evening, but if you got a nice quiet area, you can find some fish. Steelhead will bite all day. Had some food, quick shave, a shower, fresh to death. I really feel like this morning I probably should have got over my hatred of the GANARASKA River and all the people. And I probably would have got more fish if I just started there. Oh, the frustrations of fishing. You think it's gonna be good and you go here and then it's not good, and then you go here, and then when that spot in the back of your head that you knew would have fish actually has fish. Right now I gotta go get the kids. But first, you see this? This bird poop on my fear fishing truck. Right up here, we have a telephone wire. For some reason, those birds choose this telephone wire. They have all Ontario. They can go anywhere they want. They choose that telephone wire to sit on, crap on the window of my truck. So I'm off to the car wash, and then I'm off to get those kids of ours. What's up, dude?
Hi.
How was school?
I hate school.
Why?
Because I don't like anyone in it.
Why? You probably shouldn't say that on the vlog.
I don't care. What are they gonna do?
I don't know. You sound crusty. You've had a bad day all day.
Yeah.
You were crusty this morning too. Do you have to work tonight? Are you going to be cheerful for those people?
No.
No? You're just going to grumpy out all day?
No, why not?
I don't know. So I guess we all get to do that every once in a while. All right. I got to go drop you off, help my dad, and then get the other one. Hopefully he's in a good mood. I can't deal with 2 of you like this. Spoiled. The final frontier. All right, I just picked Ashman up from the daycare. Good day at school? No, why? We are headed now to pick Papa up. He has somehow negotiated to get a Happy Meal on the way. We're getting Papa. We're gonna head north. Hopefully, we're gonna have a West. 3 generations of West catching some crappie. All right, made it to the fishing hole. Dad, do you remember taking me fishing as a kid?
Well, we went fishing a lot up to Gore's Landing, went to Bewdley, went to the Trent River.
Yeah, Trent River?
Yeah.
What's up, Ash?
Ash?
Tip over.
Who's gonna catch the most fish here?
Papa.
This guy.
No. So it's down to you 2 for the most fish? Are you ready, Ash?
Yeah.
You had some McDonald's? Do you got some muscle going?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go catch fish.
Let's go.
Let's go.
If the
all made it back safe and sound. Dropping Papa off. Thanks for coming, Dad.
Yeah, thanks for taking me in.
Hey, no problem.
We never caught as much as you guys did the other day.
No, it was pretty windy and the water was pretty dirty when we got there, eh?
But
You got
give it a try.
You got a pretty good suntan laying in the long grass.
Did I?
Yeah.
I better wear a hat next time.
Hey, you. Say bye to Papa.
Bye.
What do you want to go home and do?
Soccer practice.
Okay, let's go do it.
Love you guys.
Okay, see ya. Love you too, Dad. Bye-bye. Just got in from practicing soccer with Ashton. Maybe soccer's gonna be his deal. He's really excited. We signed him up. He's really excited. Last night he got his new soccer ball and his cleats and all that jazz. Maybe soccer's his thing. He did tell me he had a great time fishing. My dad had an excellent time. Grandparents are like one of the most important things. My grandparents had a huge influence on me. My grandmother was this crazy awesome lady who thought when I was 10 years old I was going to be Baba Zumi, who she sadly passed away when I was 13, but she used to take me fishing all the time, and oddly she couldn't swim, so she was petrified of water, so she wouldn't allow me to go fishing by myself, so she would go down to the river and sit and watch me fish for hours. My grandfather, he is probably the most important person in my development as a human being on this planet. There's just a special bond between grandkids and grandparents. Parents are cool, grandparents are awesomer. If you have a grandparent at home, pick up the phone, call them, tell them you appreciate them. Just spend some time talking to them about the good old days. Let them tell you stories. They know way more than you think they do. And if you're somebody my age and you have kids, make sure that you create, some time where your little ones can hang out with their grandparents. It's something you'll never forget. Steelheading, like the whole day, turning nothing into something. Super pumped to catch that fish. My total plan, first I was gonna go pike crappie fishing. Then I was like, man, I can't just sit around here all day. The wearing has stopped. My whole steelheading idea of how it was gonna turn out didn't work at all. I had to go to the GANARASKA River. That was a big old hand. Man, that was a good fish. It's good to see those small 12-inch rainbows kicking around too. That's our future of fishing. Saturday opener of walleye in my home lake. I'm ultra pumped. It's supposed to be miserable weather, but somehow, some way we are going fishing. Thank you to you. Keep sharing with your friends. Keep telling your friends about the Fear Fishing vlog. I'll make them. You tell your friends and we'll get a bigger audience and we can do more. I assure you, the bigger this all gets, the more exciting stuff we can bring home to you. Hit that bell button, subscribe, then you'll get notified about more vlogs. I'm going upstairs to cook some dinner. Get that little munchkin to bed. Probably gonna have to do a little bit of his reading homework, which isn't fun, but has to be done. We'll see you soon.